Have you ever been left confused by mixed messages in a relationship? The truth is that verbal patterns reveal emotional reality, especially when someone doesn't love you back. Today, we're uncovering 7 common things such people say, and the psychology behind them. These patterns can help you spot avoidance, dismissiveness, and emotional protection mechanisms that masquerade as affection. Stay with me, because once you see through the words, your emotional clarity and peace skyrocket. Words are the clothing of thoughts. Jonathan Swift. Chapter 1. We'll see. The phrase, "we'll see," is often used as a vague placeholder when someone wants to avoid commitment without outright refusal. It's not a promise, it's a delay tactic. People who are unsure about emotional investment use it to keep options open and themselves unaccountable. Psychologically, this indicates avoidance of vulnerability and fear of responsibility. Indecision is not neutrality. It subtly communicates lack of priority. When an emotional investment matters to 2 people equally, clarity replaces ambiguity. In relationships, clarity is a currency. When it's missing, the bond lacks mutual value. The absence of commitment is not the presence of love. Unknown. This pattern isn't about honesty, it's about convenience. Real connection thrives when decisions are clear, not postponed. A healthy partner says yes or no clearly, not maybe someday. Chapter 2. I'm just busy. When someone repeatedly says I'm just busy without ever rearranging time, it's often a displacement phrase. We create time for what we value. Repeated use signals that your emotional weight isn't heavy enough to be scheduled or prioritized. People use busyness as a shield because responsibility feels heavy and unpredictable. In psychology, this reflects avoidance behavior, misdirection instead of admissions of emotional scarcity. It's not about lack of tasks, it's about discomfort with commitment. The primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but your thoughts about it. Eckhart Tolle. If someone really cares, they'll carve even scarce time to nourish connection. If not, busyness becomes a permanent excuse, masking disinterest. Real love prioritizes, even in chaos. Words aren't what matter, actions are. Consistent absence under the pretext of busyness reflects mismatched investment rather than genuine affection. Chapter 3. It's not you. We've all heard this breakup line, "It's not you, it's me." But in many cases, it is about the other person's inability to engage emotionally. This phrase often serves as emotional insulation, a socially acceptable way to avoid deeper explanation. It comforts the listener but hides the real cause, a mismatch in emotional capacity or desire. Psychologists describe this as a deflection strategy, protecting both parties' egos while avoiding real vulnerability. Real emotional reckoning takes honesty. Polite softeners often smooth over honesty, but not truth. The greatest deception men suffer is from their own opinions. Leonardo da Vinci. When someone truly cares, even difficult truths are stated plainly, not cushioned in vague reassurance. Avoiding depth isn't kindness, it's fear disguised as mercy. Genuine connection demands clarity, not euphemisms. If affection is real, communication will reflect truth, not merely politeness. Chapter 4. It's complicated. The phrase "it's complicated" signals uncertainty, but more importantly, emotional avoidance. When someone doesn't invest in resolution, it often reflects a deeper internal resistance to commitment, vulnerability, or priority sharing. In modern relationship psychology, this phrase is used to justify emotional suspension, leaving both parties in limbo. Ambiguity protects the speaker from confronting their emotional truth. It also keeps the door open just enough to avoid accountability. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. Ralph Waldo Emerson. If there is genuine love, people negotiate complexity. They don't hide behind it. Love doesn't dissolve in challenge. It confronts it. The complicated label often masks unwillingness to clarify emotional investment. Chapter 5. I care, but adding a but after I care weakens commitment. It creates emotional conditionality. Practically, this means caring is present, but not prioritized enough to act on. In terms of attachment psychology, this reflects ambivalent or avoidant tendencies. The person wants closeness, but fears consequences. Healthy affection doesn't come in halves. When someone truly values you, but disappears, replaced by direct action. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. Aristotle, fragmented love. I care, but places heavy conditions on emotional availability. It often implies comfort without investment. People who truly care don't pair care with disclaimers of limitation. They align words with actions. Real connection isn't I care, but later, it's I care enough to show up. Chapter 6. We're good friends. The friend zone phrase often appears as a polite refusal hidden in affiliation language. People use friendship as a buffer, the safest category to protect emotional distance while avoiding direct rejection. It's a classic psychological defense. Maintain connection without commitment. Friendship language can be kind, but when used instead of genuine affection, it's a soft boundary label disguised as emotional closeness. To love and be loved is to feel the sun from both sides. David Viscott. When someone truly loves you, relational language evolves, not stays static in comfort terms. People with authentic romantic feelings escalate mutual investment, not protect it with friendship status. Repeatedly framing your connection as just friends when deeper potential exists signals a disparity in desire. Pay attention to patterns, not platitudes. Chapter 7. I don't want drama. The most subtle avoidance tactic is, I don't want drama. Here's the psychology. It frames emotional depth as chaos, not growth. People who fear vulnerability often equate deep connection with emotional risk and prefer surface-level interaction. This phrase dismisses emotional complexity as something undesirable, when really it's a defense against commitment, conflict resolution, and intimacy. Growth isn't drama, it's process. Real connection invites challenge because love requires negotiation of differences. Avoiding processes that strengthen bonds often signals fear, not peace. We should all be thankful for those people who rekindle the inner spirit. Albert Schweitzer. When love is real, discomfort isn't avoided, it's navigated. Saying no drama can be honest, but if it comes repeatedly without compromise, it means avoid deeper connection. Healthy love doesn't fear growth, it embraces it.